I'm Josh with Skid Pro. Today we're going to take a look at our different mulchers that we offer. We have three different series, a 300, a 500 series, and a 760. The 300 series has our special green tooth. The green teeth is ubiquitous in the forestry industry. It's used in a lot of different places, so the cost is relatively low, and it is one of the best teeth for getting down into the soil and still having a long life. So again, primarily that 300 is used for mulching, undergrowth, grinding up stumps, getting down into the dirt and the soil. This is our 500 series mulcher. It comes in both standard flow and high flow, 48-inch cut and 60-inch cut. This unit here is a standard flow 48. We'll dig into this shortly. The last design that we have is our 760. That is our industrial mulcher. That is built for guys that are doing this day in and day out and have to have the absolute utmost in durability and industrial components. It looks again very similar to this, but that only comes in a high flow 60-inch model. This is our SP 548. That's a 500 series 48-inch width cut. The 500 is high flow or standard flow. This one is a standard flow. It's always best when you're going to go standard flow, you're going to have a little bit of limits on the hydraulic power of your machine. You're probably going to be anywhere from 12 to about 28 gallons a minute. We probably want to stick with a 48-inch width. There's going to be a smaller width, less resistance. You're going to actually have more power for the mulcher with the limits you have on your machine. When we go up to high flow, then I feel comfortable jumping up to a 60-inch rotor or going all the way to our bigger 760 model as well. So here's our 548. It's built very, very heavy. Where do we always start? Well, if you know Skid Pro, you know it's weight, frame, and overall construction. This unit in our 60-inch model comes in at well over a ton, about 2,200 pounds. Very durable. Not only is the frame heavy, but we integrate this push bar in with the whole frame, just ties it all in, gives it a lot of strength. That's going to come into play years down the road after you used it. It's going to hold up. It's going to stand the test of time. Right after frame and construction, the key component of a mulcher that's going to determine your performance and speed is the rotor and the drive system. Here you can see our dynamically balanced power rotor. It's over 13 inches in diameter. It has a super dense solid steel core tube. Welded onto that are our unique teeth holders. The teeth holders then allow you to replace all the carbide tip teeth along this rotor here. That gives you a lot of extra mass and a lot of extra weight, and that is going to give you strength and inertia when you're cutting. The teeth are easy to access and easy to change out. You simply remove this bolt, slide that tooth right out, and you're set to go. The good news is with our flat face carbide teeth, you're assured long wear life and a lot of durability. The key with a mulcher on this style of tooth is to keep it out of the soil and rocks as much as possible. You do that, you're going to have a set of teeth for a long time. The drive system on your mulcher is critical. Think of everything you're trying to do. We need to have speed, yet we have to maintain torque. We're going from brush into a hard tree. There has to be some elasticity and some give. There has to be some protection for that motor. This is a complicated drive system. We utilize a unique direct drive to our super timer belt. That timer belt works with our spider coupler in the drive system for ample cushioning and protection, also in conjunction with the pressure relief on the motor. All of that is utilized to maximize the torque, have very good high RPMs on the rotor, and yet give a very fail-safe system that requires no or low maintenance and long-term durability. And this drive system does that very well. So we know we've got the construction and the strength. We know we've got the performance in our rotor and our drive system. Now we need to look at a couple of the features that just make it comfortable and easier to operate. First of all is visibility. We got exceptional visibility. Our push bar is strong and integrated into the frame, but here it's very thin. We have very wide open areas, so you can always keep an eye on where you're traveling and what's in front of you. Second, we have a pressure gauge right in back of the mulcher here that you can view from the seat of the cab. That allows you to constantly monitor your pressure. When you start exceeding the pressure into the red zone, you simply back off and you'll actually increase your speed and performance. So it makes it easy to run in the machine's optimal range. Next, we've got high flotation skid shoes. That's critical because regardless of the mulcher, it's difficult to see down on your feet. Well, here, these just are nice and wide, lots of surface area. You just let them do the floating. The one side is 9 inches wide, the other side is 5 inches wide. Both are almost 24 inches or over 24 inches long. So again, a lot of flotation there, helps you to glide on the ground but not get in too deep and too aggressive. The last area that we make easy, and this is a high performing attachment, it is going to require some checking and making sure everything is in place. We have access panels on both sides where you can easily get access to the rotor bearings, to the motor, the drive system, all of that. It's very simple. It's protected though when you're out mulching. With a couple of bolts off, you can get right in. You can see what you need to do to make sure your equipment is always running its best. Also on the back of the mulcher we have discharge chains that hang down. They just try and limit some of the flying debris. That said, a mulcher certainly has the potential to put a lot of debris out into the air. You always want to read owner's manual and follow skid steer recommendations when you're mulching for optimal safety. For more information on Skid Pro's full line of mulcher attachments, visit our website www.skidpro.com or call 877-378-4642 and talk to a product guru today.